Everyone thinks the worst is over when you leave rehab and go home, but they don't see what happens when the door closes, the support fades, and you're on your own. And all the problems you faced before are still there, in addition to the need to heal. Let me show you what healing really looks like. Coming home was supposed to feel like a victory, but no one really talks about what happens after the applause fades. In this video, I'm sharing the raw and unfiltered truth about what it's been like trying to heal, one unpredictable day at a time. If you've ever felt like you're supposed to be okay, but you're just not there yet, this is for you. This is a video I was not expecting to make. I've already done the thumbnail and started to put the title and description together for the one having to do with rehab, but I haven't been able to put it out. I had a couple of issues with it, on top of which I really have not been feeling well physically, and I'm going through a really tough time. So it's been a hard week or two. Coming home from rehab was not as easy a transition as I hoped it would be. Let me say, because I don't want anybody worrying, that on a physical note, based upon what it feels like most of the time, I think I'm doing much better. I think I am healing well. I'm very grateful to my surgeons for the work that they did in putting me back together, and I think hopefully that's going well. My physical therapists really feel as if I'm doing well, and I can tell I'm walking better and all of that, but it's been tough, and psychologically it's been super tough. So the video that comes after this kind of refers to that a little bit, and it's me being really vulnerable. I sort of hate to do it because in the past there have been the haters who have made my life harder than it needs to be. Most of the people who watch me, I consider myself really fortunate because I have a great group of people. This is going to be the most bizarre piecemeal video you've probably ever seen me make. So I ask for your forgiveness up front. I had no intention of doing this video. I really was planning on putting up the one that was the third in the trilogy of my recent bout with my sarcoma. I was going to do the one on the rehab, but I tried to put it up a couple of times and it didn't work. So I'm going to do it, but I just took a rest from it for a couple of reasons. The past week and a half, 2 weeks, I don't even remember now how long, has been really hard for me. I just don't feel well. I don't feel well. I think whatever's going on with me, I don't know if it's related to my issue or if it's totally unrelated. I know psychologically I'm going through some stuff. I know that I'm having some real life issues, and it's just been a hard time, and I don't know what to do. I typically don't complain here. I just tell you what's going on in my world, but I don't like to sit and complain. But my life is in a funny place. On top of which, I am feeling really sick. I'm hoping it has nothing to do with the cancer. I'm hoping it's an independent issue. It's my stomach. I mean, I started a few days ago. I ate something, I think, that really, really was bad. Whether the food was not good or whether it hit me in a strange way. Also, the last few tests I've had have shown that I have diverticulosis. I've never really had many major issues gastrointestinally, not many. But this has been really bad. I don't know, I ate nuts and it could have been that. It was honey roasted nuts, cashews, and I ate a whole bunch of them, and I did not feel great after. But I also, the same day, had McDonald's double cheeseburger, and it could have been that. So I'm not sure. But I had terrible spasm type pains that evening, and it was bad. It was really bad. It was hard to fall asleep. When I finally fell asleep, I only slept for a little while, and then I woke up, and again, I was feeling horrible. It felt a little bit better the next day, and I started to go. I was very careful eating the next day, but the day after that, I went back to kind of maybe too much normal-ish food. So I don't know if that worked for me, but that, in tandem with everything else that's going on in my world, that has my stomach jumping. As a matter of fact, today, did you ever get, when you have the feeling in your eye where your eye is twitching and nothing you do can make a difference, your eye twitches? I feel like my stomach is twitching. It keeps twitching, and it doesn't much matter what I have. It goes in however it goes in, whether it's food or liquid, and it comes out liquid. It's really not good. So it's happened to me a few times today, and I feel, frankly, wretched. But I'm here, and I really wanted to kind of bring you up to date. And I promised that when I came back, I was coming back, and I meant it. So for better or worse, for good or for bad, whatever I'm suffering through, I'm going to share with you, because you have so made a difference in my life, and I'm so grateful for it. And I need each and every one of you to know that. So I'm going to try to piece together the whole video that I made. One part of it, I'm not going to be able to play for you, and it's probably just as well, because I started crying at one point in it, and I hate to do that. But it was when I got back in my car from having gone into the bank, and when I got in the car, I was laughing, because I started to tell you what happened in the bank, and then I got a little bit teary-eyed, and I started to cry, and I said, I'm not going to do this. And over the entire part of that video was the air conditioner gearing up to fight the 100-degree weather outside. So you kept hearing this noise above my voice. So you really couldn't hear what I was saying. I'm going to put in a tiny little bit of it so you'll see what I'm talking about. But I think sometimes God has his hand in it. And he probably said, Jerry, you might want to think this one over and not put this little piece out. So that's that part of it. I still intend to get the other one up as soon as I can. That's my intention. I'm going to do the best I can. Today was a horrific day. It was 100 degrees or better at one point when I was out, and I just went out for that tiny little bit of time to get to the bank and then came back. I'm grateful for the fact that I have been able to get in the car a couple of times just for a tiny little bit, but it's better than nothing, and I'm grateful for every bit of it. But I could use your prayers. I could use your prayers on so many levels. I really hope this thing with my stomach gets better, not worse. I think I may have aggravated. So far it's been lower, but I hope I don't throw up. I feel less than terrific. So that's my story, and I'm stuck with it. Now you're stuck with it. I hope your day was really terrific. And if there's anything you want to share with me, share it in the comments below. So if you're interested in this story, just keep watching. I have not yet put out the third part of the video about the hospitalization and the rehab. I've tried to do it a couple of times, and it hasn't worked. To be honest with you, I have had a horrible week. I've not been feeling well at all. It's been dreadfully hot here the past couple of days. And I feel on the edge of something that I've never felt before in my life, and it scares me. So here I am, not sure what I want to say to you, except that I'm trying to get through it every day and just survive it and make it to the next day and just do what I'm able to do on that particular day at that given moment. It's all I can do right now. And it's not easy. It's really not. I don't think I have ever, well, that's not true, but I am not often in my life feeling totally out of control, and I feel totally out of control. So I'm just not sure how to get past it. I don't know if just time will do it. I am headed to the bank. I'm probably too late because I have to get a couple of checks. I had one checkbook left and it somehow got misplaced between the hospital, rehab, and coming home. And there is one bill that I have to pay by check and I just don't have it. So I'm hoping they can print me a couple while I order some new ones, but I'm not sure. It was probably really stupid to go out today because it's still so hot. But thank God at least I was able to cool the car off before I got into it. I have to tell you, once again, I absolutely love this car. There is one thing I absolutely hate about this car, and I don't know if I can get past it. It is much less expensive to charge the car than it would be to put gas in the car. The problem is that while this car is sitting there, presumably doing nothing, it eats up a lot of that charge. I will come out typically with 80% charge. By the time I get home, I'm somewhere around 75%, something like that. And I keep turning off the Sentry mode because the Sentry mode monitors the car all the time. And because there's a lot of traffic where I am, it is constantly monitoring. I keep turning it off. Somehow it keeps turning itself back on. And sometimes I forget to look at it. And lo and behold, I'm back down again. I drove just a tiny little bit. And I'm down to 53%. It makes no sense. It really makes no sense. So if I can't, I mean, Lord knows, I have 2.5 years to go on this thing. I don't know if I have 2.5 years to go in my own world. That could be a lot longer. But if I do live to the end of the lease, I'm not sure what I would do the next time. I absolutely love everything else about the car, but this is major. This is really major. So I'm not sure. I wanted to come on though, because I really felt, oh my God, is that outside or inside? Looks like a bloody bee, and I'm praying to God it's outside. Please be outside. I've been watching a lot of old episodes of Frasier at night when I can't sleep, which is often. And Niles, the character Niles, his brother, is terribly afraid of all kinds of bugs. And it reminded me of this when I saw it. It definitely looked like a bee, and I think it was on the outside of the car, so I'm grateful for that. It is 4:43. I doubt if I'm going to be able to get into the bank to get anything done, but I have to try. I really have to try. I've got to get this thing paid. So, I guess, I don't even know what to say. God, I'm looking at this. I've spent so much time indoors lately. I feel like a shut-in, and it's a horrible feeling. And I realize how small my life has gotten. It was not that way. But then again, I used to work. I had a job that really had me interacting with a lot of people all the time. And, you know, as my husband used to say years ago, he used to say, Jerry, you're a people person. And I really love people, and I love interacting with them, so 'tis what it is. All right, let's see if I can beat the clock on this. I'm thinking not, but we'll see. Okay, almost there. It's like 100 years ago when I worked. It's not, but it feels like that some days. I've been going through a lot of stuff in the house, trying to get rid of stuff because I really have to get out of there. And I've been getting rid of a lot of stuff. It's never enough. It's never fast enough. It's difficult doing it all alone, and doing the very best that I can. But at least I am making progress. I'm headed in the right direction with that. If I could only keep my world enough under control to just take it one day at a time, that would be a gift. Let's see if I make this next light. That's funny. Very familiar corner for me. I've spent many a day sitting on this corner. God, that sounds bad. But I have. It is a beautiful day. There are little, I don't know, cumulus clouds? I'm not sure. It looks really pretty though. All right, if I make the light, I have a half a chance, maybe, of getting into the bank and doing some sort of transaction. So we shall see. I'm going to pick it up again when I get out of here. Let's see how it goes. And this is where the crazy sound comes in, overtaking my speech. Okay, I just came out of the bank. I didn't make it in time. They no longer give temporary checks, which was rather disturbing. So, those of you who decide to watch this, do me a favor, leave a comment below and let me know if you'd be interested in my doing a live. And we can all sit down for one of those if you're so inclined. I would like to do it. I don't know how many of you there would be at this stage, but I would like to do it. So let me know if you want to play. I'll try to be more upbeat. As you know, this is not typical of me. I'm usually better than this. I usually have more control over myself. Not so much. Not so much right now. Okay, hopefully about to pull into my driveway. As soon as the traffic stops enough for me to do it. What? Somebody left their garbage on the street. That makes me crazy when they do that. I hate it. I wonder if they would do that in front of their own houses. Okay, so I'm back here. I'm going to take out the garbage pail because tonight we have to get ready for garbage pickup in the morning. So I'm going to hope I don't fall face down with the garbage can. But if you see me, I'm going to do the intro after. So if you see this video, I didn't fall down. I will be back. Okay, I just noticed it's only 5:34. I can't put the garbage out till 6. So I'm thinking I'm going to sit here and just maybe do the intro from here if my stomach holds out. It didn't. I have to start this little segment by telling you something that happened yesterday. It was a dreadfully hot day. I think it was the hottest day of the year. I think it was the hottest day we've had in years here. And it was hard to breathe. And I was planning to go out for a little bit, but I wound up not going out at all. I was just going to try to pick up something for my stomach. I was going to try to get some ginger ale or some Diet Coke. In any case, at one point my doorbell rang, and it turned out it was somebody who was desperately looking for some money that they had lost. They had gone to the bank, gotten out thousands of dollars. It was in the bank envelope, sealed, with their last name on it and some phone number. I think the bank phone number was on the envelope. But apparently it was such a hot day. They had given it to a member of their family who was going to be driving. He put it in his jacket pocket or with his jacket on top of the car while he just spread a towel on the seat of his car because the seat was burning hot. When he went to retrieve the stuff from the top of the car, apparently the envelope fell off. No, I'm sorry, the original story I heard was that. But then I heard what happened was he forgot that he had left things on top of the car, and he drove a little bit and it must have fallen off. So they were frantically looking for this money because it had to pay some kind of medical thing in the family. And I didn't have any footage that would be useful to them on my Ring doorbell or on, anywhere at my house. So I suggested that they put notification on some of the local social media sites and see if anybody could help them. And I'm hoping still that they get it. But the reason I tell you this is that there were people who said, how could that happen? That's irresponsible. Things happen. It was a very hot day. It was a crazy thing. But today, I told you, I went to the bank, and I went to the bank to get some temporary checks until they could order my checks, because the last book of checks I had that Ken had brought to me either at rehab, I think it was rehab, yeah, it must have been, he didn't come to the hospital. I had sent it back, and somehow it's somewhere in the house, but I don't know where, I can't find it. So I needed to write out a check. It was really important for this one thing, for the landscaper. And it's gonna take a while for me to get the new checks. So I said to them, I just need a few temporary checks. And they said, we don't do that anymore. I said, what do you mean you don't do that? And they said, no, we just don't do that anymore. You have two options. If you know the person you're writing it to, then we can do a bank check, or you can do a money order. And I thought, wow. I didn't know the name because he's a new landscaper for me. And though he had shown me his name, I don't remember it, and I didn't have it with me. So I had to get a money order. And of course, the money order is not made out to anybody, and it's not yet signed, and I brought it home. And I went for my soda, and I then came back home, and I picked up my mail, and it was 2 days mail because I didn't get anything out of the mailbox yesterday. And I came upstairs and thought no more of it until I had to go down and throw out the garbage. I opened the door, and there at the bottom of the stairs, sitting, thank God it wasn't a windy day, sitting on the ground in front of my house was the envelope I got from the bank. And sitting in it was the money order. It wasn't a lot of money, but still, it was money I could not afford to lose at all. And I certainly wanted to pay him tomorrow. So I just could not believe it. And I said, look at that. Here I was commiserating with somebody else yesterday because of their loss. And it happened to me today, which just shows anything can happen to anybody. It doesn't mean that somebody is irresponsible or they should have thought about something. Things happen. They just happen. So that's that part of my story. This is going to be the weirdest video of mine that you've ever seen. I'm pretty sure. If you made it to the end, I'm impressed.